What is up? It's NFL Week 10. I'm Ryan Weisse, and this is Club Fantasy's Thrive Top 5. Let's start with the basics. Are you playing on Thrive Fantasy yet? If you're not, you need to change it. Check the link in the description. They're going to match your opening deposit up to $100. Thrive gives you a couple of different options to play player prop betting. First and foremost, we focus on the NFL here. You can even do NBA stuff. I don't do the round ball sports, but I'm sure somebody out there does. Give it a check. But with the NFL, you have two different options. There's a DFS-like option where you pick 10 props, and whoever has the most points at the end of the week wins the larger cash pool. There's also the prop lobby, which is what this video is about, where they multiply your money. If you hit two correct options, they give you 3.6 times whatever you bet. Three options pay 6.2, and if you hit 4 out of 4, it's 11 times your money. And what I'm going to give you today are the top 5 props from that lobby, from the house prop lobby. So we're going to start last week, 3 out of 5 again. This is the 5th consecutive week out of 3 out of 5. We used our first under last week and it actually hit, but that didn't leak into this week's video. I'm not ready to do a bunch of unders. I like to bet on things happening, not happening. So my favorite prop this week is going to be Aaron Jones over 91 total yards. The Seattle Seahawks give up 175 yards to running backs, total yards to running backs on the season. They've allowed players, running backs, to hit this in 6 out of 8 games. And then Jones has done it himself in 6 out of 9 games. I have him projected for 95 yards. So over that over, I'm probably too low. I like Jones a lot this week. Number 2 is going to be Michael Pittman, who's been on my list, I think, 3 consecutive weeks now. They just keep setting his bar too low. Over 65 receiving yards. Jacksonville is giving up 192 yards to the receiver. They've allowed 10 different wide receivers in 8 games to hit this mark, so more than 1 a game. And Pittman's done it in 5 out of 8 games. I have him as 74 yards, easily hitting that over. We're going to move over to the quarterbacks because I always find ways to get quarterbacks into the list. It's going to be Taylor Heinke taking on Tampa Bay, over 243 yards. The Buccaneers give up 264 yards on average to quarterbacks. 5 out of 8 quarterbacks have hit this, and Heinke has hit it in 5 of his own 8 games. I have him over 270 yards in this game. I think Heinke is going to be a smash over. Number 4 is going to be Jared Goff. Not a name anybody likes to bet on. Jared Goff over just 238 total yards. Pittsburgh shuts down the run. They give up over 260 yards to quarterbacks on average. They've allowed this in 5 out of 8 games. Goff has done it in 4 out of 8 games. I have Goff at almost 290 yards, just smashing that over. I think Detroit's going to have to throw quite a bit. I think that's going to be an easy one. And number 5 is probably one of the higher numbers I've had to bet on the show. It scares me, but I like him a lot. It's Austin Ekeler over 101 total yards, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings give up 140 total yards to running backs on average. Ekeler has only hit this in 3 out of 8 games, but we know he started slow, and Minnesota's allowed it in 5 out of 8 games. I have him projected for 110 in my own projections. I think it's another smash there. So again, if you play this prop lobby, they multiply your money. If you hit 2 out of 2, so you choose your favorite 2 out of my list, they're going to give you 3.6 times what you bet. If you do 3 out of 3, which we've been hitting 3 every single week, 6.2 times your money, and 4 out of 4 pays 11 times your money. It's a very cool way to take advantage of player props. I recommend Thrive Fantasy. Check the link in the description. As I mentioned, they will match your opening deposit up to $100. And if you'd rather play the other way, their DFS option, our writer, Chris Molina, writes an article every single week giving his top 5 from the main slate. He gives you half of the 10 picks you have to make, and Chris has been doing a great job with it. That link will be in the description as well. The great thing about the prop lobby is you can win and I can win. We're not even competing against each other. So good luck this week. Go get that money.